I want to notice and I want to feel that I'm fallible. Just access that state and notice it in your body. Notice that in your body and just enjoy it. I'm fallible. It's one of my powers. So we're actually reframing it and seeing it as one of my powers. Since I'm human, I have the right to have that power. Fourth step is meta-state permission to be fallible. Give yourself permission to be fallible. Give yourself permission to be fallible. And 5, meta-state your fallibility with a menu of resources. So now I have my fallibility. What positive resources do I want to add on that? What states do I want to add on that to make it more glorious, to make it really glorious fallible? 6th step is I'm going to install it by stepping in and fully experience that. So I'm going to install it by fully experiencing that in my body. And finally, I'm going to test and future pace. So imagine a time in the future when you're doing your presentation, maybe tomorrow, maybe after, during this training, and notice how you feel about being fallible at that time. So as you see, 7 simple steps that will help you to be gloriously fallible. Ready? Who here is excited to do that? Who here is excited to learn that? Very good. So what I would like to do now is I would like to have someone who's recovering from being a perfectionist to demonstrate the demo on him and to show you how to do the pattern. Who here is excited? So can you give me an example when you did the problem but you're not accepting that in a glorious way?
Yes, I was having a presentation for a bunch of lawyers, and I didn't really prepare for that.
Okay, so that's a very good example. Please give her a good hand and please come here. Okay, and while you're putting on your mic, I'm going to get your my manual so I can go on the steps. Yeah. So please open your manuals because I want you to follow with me. And I expect you while you're doing the demo, doing the exercise, to use your manual. Did you like this seat or this seat? Okay. Very good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. So can you tell them, because they didn't hear you, about your experience?
Yes. I was asked to hold a presentation for a bunch of judges and lawyers, and I was in a rush, and it was a client of mine asking, and I was like, well, I really don't have time in my schedule to do that.
Okay.
And she was like, well, can't you just do that presentation that you did that time, like an earlier time? Oh, yeah, okay, I can do that, I said, without really thinking. So when I came to do the presentation, it was just so wrong.
Okay.
So wrong. And it was awkward. And I was just like, yeah.
So what came to your mind when you had that experience?
Like in the presentation?
Yeah. What were you telling yourself? What frames did you have? What beliefs, values, understanding?
Well, what I saw was, stone faces, kind of like, watching them kind of almost like, feeling uncomfortable. I was talking about self-esteem and emotions. And then I thought, okay, this is wrong. I should have done this differently. Okay. And since I didn't do that differently, and then I was thinking, well, now I'm failing.
So you had that voice in your mind, now I'm failing. Okay. What other thinking, beliefs did you have then?
So when I'm failing, then I was thinking, okay, what are they going to think now of me? And what are they going to tell other people about my presentation. And maybe they're going to like tell everybody that Marianne, she sucks.
Okay.
Maybe I won't get any more jobs.
Ah.
And then I'm a loser.
So you had that in your mind then, which is similar to my experience here. So what I would like you now to do is I would like you to be aware of your two private powers of thinking and emoting. Remember that from the APG?
Mm-hmm.
So you know that you have two private powers, thinking and feeling. And I want you to think about that and notice that these public powers of speaking and behaving are fallible. I just want you to go inside and notice that your power of speaking and emoting are fallible. Do you fully accept yourself and these powers as functions of your powers and personality?
Yes.
To what extent?
That if I fully accept that.
Speaking, emoting, that these are fallible.
Yes.
To what
To what
extent?
extent? Like on a scale? 6 or 7, maybe.
Okay. So it's already high and we can take it more above that. Okay. Do you have permission to esteem yourself highly, unconditionally, with potential, lovable, and fallible human being?
If I have permission for that?
Do you have permission to do that?
Yes.
Okay. To what extent too?
I think that's high. That's high. I have that permission.
So you already
10,
have
9,
permission.
9. Yes. To self. Yeah.
So you have permission to be fallible.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do now, in terms of unconditional self-esteem, what would it be like to accept your fallibility fully and completely while holding your unconditional esteem and value for yourself?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Okay. And bringing acceptance of your fallibility, so you accept your right to be fully fallible person, dependent on others for many things, ignorant about thousands of things. Notice how acceptance and self-worth transform your fallibility. Do you feel that inside?
Yeah.
Okay. What other resources would you need? Would you like curiosity, being open to learning about your fallibility? Would you like anticipation? What good could come out of this? Because anything, there's a good side and negative side. Would you like calmness, to be calm and relaxed fallibility?
Yeah. Curiosity.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, what can I learn from it?
Can we access that state?
Yeah.
Okay. And taking these states and imagining yourself stepping in when you accept, esteem self, and metastate yourself with curiosity, and step into that state and let them cover your body and cover you of awareness for you. How's that?
It's good.
Do you like that?
Yes.
Are you willing to vividly imagine yourself moving out into the world using this new frame? Okay. So what I would like you to do now is imagine yourself in the future. Could be in the very near future, tomorrow, after, when you're presenting. And I want you to see yourself with this new frame while giving yourself permission to be fallible. And see how different your experience is. How is that for you?
It's good. Makes me more flexible.
Okay. Is that useful for you?
Yes.
You want to keep it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you-
Definitely.
Okay, thank you. Please give her a big hand.
Yay.
Thank you.
High five.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So as you have seen, these were the steps I did with her. So what I did, I helped her to identify and ground experience in the past. So now she's more connected and aware of the frames she had when she was not giving herself permission. And after that, I let her access her power of fallibility. And here we talk about the two private powers, public powers. So we talk about the private powers of thinking, okay, and speaking and emoting. So we have our private powers here, and we have our powers, and then we think about that we are fallible. We can be fallible in terms of these powers. We have the right to make mistakes. And then we gave ourselves permission. Give yourself permission to be fallible. Fifth step is metastate your fallibility with the many list of resources. What resources would be useful for you to do that? Is it self-esteem? Is it calmness? Is it curiosity? So you start to metastate the states that will be useful for you to be gloriously fallible and to be different from one person to another. And then we install that by stepping it and fully experience. So I asked her to step in and feel these new meta states and new way of thinking when you're in a situation that you're fallible. And the last step was to future pace. Imagine a time in the future when you experience a problem, an error, and see using the new frame how you're going to think about it. Okay, so what I want you to do now, I want you to get into groups of 2, and we're going to give you 15 minutes each to do the same exercise. So get into groups of 2 from now, and you have 15 minutes each, then switch. And get a new partner. And to do that, you need to stand up, and you need to move. Yeah, perfect.